However, this story says that she was kept here from this property, and it exits somewhere below the cliffs of Bonino. And the necromancers or necromancy in the local. The house is literally falling apart. It's about the plague. Remember I mentioned earlier how it became a tradition on my court. I added a little bit of tissue, handle in his hand, and there was also these places became known as Plašila. Children died and nobody could figure out what was happening. Cool down and could go parts of the house, or they would feel somebody watching them, but century. Now let's climb. According to the legend, that poor one that needed to be. There is also this other side that's hidden. That you cannot find easily in the guidebooks that you buy at our souvenir stores. There is more to tell, and that's what I like to focus on the dark history and the folklore, meaning stories from the folklore about supernatural entities, about some strange things happening, and legends as well, of course. In the 18th century, the peasants would gather, during the night they would visit graveyards and open graves of suspected corpses, and they would impale them with blackthorn or whitethorn stakes, and they would cut below the knee, because it was believed when they cut the veins that they couldn't be raised from the dead. I mean, the vampires in the folklore here are not beautiful and elegant like the vampires from the movies, but they are more ugly to the sight. Here it's believed that the vampires are actually bloated skin, bloated by the devil himself. So these stories are very important, even though maybe they don't speak sometimes about some real events. I believe that they tell about our ancestors and about their life, their state of mind, how they spend their evenings around a cozy fire, and they would gather after long, hard-working days, and they would share stories, and sometimes the stories were the same that I'm trying to tell to my guests. Back then, without electricity, I was one very skilled physician working at the time in Dubrovnik. It was just illness spread through Europe. Illness was a poet, also a nobleman. Was innocent. Greatly. And so it happened that he would come back. So he was chasing after the devil with a broom. Epidemic into the city. The government blamed it. And natural elements and calling him but he was visiting this Italian. I store up above them, and the sailor was transported into the universe, like teleported, He go without giving him a precious gift, never know. So I wanted to share this with Roger Bošković, who was definitely the great. concerts, theater, a little bit of everything. Now, our cathedral is right here, you know, this building. Bishop's man stole the letter from the messenger, and he decided, I don't know where they got the poisoned crowd, and it's like a public here watching a show, I don't think. Judges decided to give him to approve his sport. Police system. Their hands were.
And so I was looking for something a little bit unusual, a little bit different. And when I saw this one, I thought this is what I need to do here in Dubrovnik. So it was perfect.
It was incredible. She had an interesting array of very unique stories, many that I don't even think certain locals would be aware of. So very insightful and very interesting and entertaining.
Again, people from the city, especially of the Jewish community, they would come.
I thought it would be interesting to bring my mother and my daughters here. Because Dubrovnik has such a long history, and it seemed like a great way to learn more about the local stories.
Called the gallery. And then imagine another thing directly.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download Metro TV Extend sekarang.